Kia ora, in the headlines, the government is to consider the Law Commission's 100 recommendations as part of its overhaul of the 20-year-old Privacy Act. Privacy Commissioner Marie Schroff is glad there's finally some progress.
There's been the most remarkable developments in both the internet and in digital technology, and people's personal information is like the raw material.
There's fresh pressure over planned cuts to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. 49 ambassadors, including a former National MP, have written to Murray McCulley, and Labour's Phil Goff says if they're worried about our international reputation, so should the government be.
These people are on the front line. They know what works. Why is Mr McCulley spending millions of dollars on change consultants who have got it absolutely wrong?
The Pike River Commission will sit for its final hearings next week. Once those are complete, the Commission will continue examining matters relating to Phase 4 of the inquiry. It's due to report to the Governor-General by September the 28th. The price of milk is once again in the spotlight with the dairy industry restructuring bill. Federated Farmers warns that if the policy settings for farm gate prices become arbitrary, it will shoot our largest export industry in the foot and directly affect the end consumer. Willie Leffering says all Kiwis should pay attention.
The milk price model should be set in concrete so that not every man and his dog goes to court every time. Over the last 10 years, we had many attempts to discredit the milk price, and independent processes going to the courts to get a better deal from Fonterra.
New Zealand has farewelled yet another inspirational Wellingtonian today, the third in 5 weeks to lose the battle with cancer. The funeral for Kiwibank 2011 New Zealander of the Year, Sir Paul Callaghan, was held at Wellesley Church this afternoon. He died on Saturday. To international news, the UN Special Envoy on Syria says President Bashar al-Assad has accepted a 6-point plan designed to stop the violence. Kofi Annan says it involves a supervised ceasefire between government and opposition troops, as well as a corridor for humanitarian aid. For now, the killing continues, and there are concerns that Assad is merely playing for time. The African and international communities are putting pressure on Mali's renegade regime. The Economic Community of West African States has suspended Mali's membership in response to last week's coup, and the United States, France and the European Union have already halted non-humanitarian aid. Fiji's military government is planning to take control of its national carrier Air Pacific from Qantas. Frank Bainimarama's government has issued a decree saying all Fijian registered carriers must now be owned and controlled by nationals. Qantas owns 46.3% of Air Pacific compared to Fiji's 51%. Pope Benedict XVI has arrived in the Cuban capital. Residents of Havana turned out in droves to welcome the leader of the Catholic Church, although there has been some protest as well. The aim of his 3-day visit is to renew the Christian faith in what was officially an atheist state. And before we go tonight, filmmaker James Cameron has gone where only 2 men have gone before, down 11 kilometers to the deepest point on Earth. The Mariana Trench in the Pacific Ocean is 50 times larger than the Grand Canyon and deeper than Mount Everest is high. Well, that's it from our newsroom. Mauriora.